Greetings everybody, welcome back to another ASMR video. My cat is sleeping on my desk currently, so I thought this would be a really good time to do a little ASMR video with him. I know I've done a few cat brushing videos before, but I thought maybe you might like another one. I'm trying to be as gentle as I can so that I don't wake him up or don't disturb him too much. Got a little microphone by his head so maybe you can hear his purrs. This is kind of more of an impromptu video, so you might hear wind and fan noise from my hard drives and all those fun things. Maybe I'll be able to get to hear him purr a little bit. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but he has just a little bit of blue on his cheek. There's some down here on his belly. You're laying outside on a patio where kids had drawn with chalk, and tried to put his little backpack carrier kind of a ways away from it, but right in the blue chalk butterfly is where he decided that was the best place to lay. So he had a little bit more blue on him. He had kind of some areas kind of right around here and a little bit bigger blue patches. And those have since gone away. It's kind of laid on the carpet and on his cat carrier, and so kind of sort of whisked it away, I guess is the best term for it. So the dog is kind of thumpy, so hopefully there's not too many annoying scratchy sounds or thumpy sounds. I probably should set this other microphone on some sort of pad, but I have it on a separate channel, so if it gets a little too annoying, you can always just hopefully turn that down. You normally have another desk right behind where we're sitting, and he's normally been laying up on there and taking up half of the desk, but I've been needing to do work, so I've been kind of shunning him from the desk a little bit, and still wants to be by me, I guess, so this has been the next best spot, because my other sort of, this I call my filming desk. You probably see a lot of the bits and pieces of technology I have for my other channel laying around. There's a few things I use for filming, and then a few things that I need to get filmed. And he's been laying on here a bunch, which is fun because I actually have a little carpeted, it's not a full-size cat tree, but it's like a little cat kind of tower in a sense. It's about as high as this table is. It's a little bit shorter, but it's enough that you can like sit as high as he likes, because I think he likes being on the desks and tables so he can sort of look out and survey the land. But I have that little cat so he does scratch it a bunch. He'll like come in here and scratch it and run away. And I always try to get him to lay in that because I can move it right by my office chair. And then he can lay right by me and sleep. And it's carpeted, so it's softer, but he almost hates anything soft. I've made some actual cat beds. I did take up sewing for a little bit, and that was kind of one of my ADHD hobbies. So I made him a cat bed actually, and I did it custom because I wanted to get really soft outer material and really soft bottom lay down material, that's what you call it. And then I wanted to get a big wad of really soft padding and stuff it in the sides and on the bottom. I just wanted to really make it like the softest, most fluffiest thing I can make for him. And he also has never laid in that. What he will do is on my office chair, it's a rolling, kind of standard looking office chair. It has the regular hard metal wheels at the bottom. And he loves to just stick his feet kind of underneath the wheels and lay his chin on one of the hard metal pieces, or the hard metal legs, I guess you could say. And like that's his comfort spot. He'll lay on the hard floor. He'll lay on the metal washing machine in my house. So anything that's like very uncomfortable seeming is where he wants to lay. He just doesn't want anything soft or comfortable. So it's just kind of a weird quirk with this guy. So this is another brush. I've talked about this in another ASMR video. One of his probably his second favorite brush. He does like this on his face. I have another one that's got kind of a little bit harder tines than this one has. This one's pretty soft. There's a lot of his hair in there. I need to clean it out one of these days. I usually have to take one brush and brush the other brush out. I'm just going to take whatever brush is the easiest to clean. I'm going to use it to clean the one that's the toughest to clean. He does this little cute head twist. And when I first met him, or when he first came around, I thought he was doing this as kind of like a playful thing, so I'd get on the carpet and try and match his pose. But now I just think it's more of a comfort thing for him. And they always say cats are liquid, which is very, very true. The other brush, he loves a good chin scraping. Like sometimes when people come by and brush him, they're like really, really gentle, or kind of moderate, I guess. But he loves, like he'll push his head against the brush, the other one that's kind of got more, has like the metal what are they called? Tines or whatever they're called. I'll remember later. But then it has like these little plastic balls on the end, so it's not really aggressive. It's like medium aggressive. And he really likes that one. He'll push his face up against it just to get a good deep scratching on his chin or on his forehead. I know some people will use this brush and turn it around, kind of run it across. How you feeling there, buddy? You doing all right? Feeling relaxed, little guy? He normally doesn't love a lot of like gentle petting, but I think maybe he's warming up to it. That's why I've done a few more. Well, that's why I've done kind of one recent cat video and this cat video, because he doesn't always sit still for it. So I figure while he is, I might as well get some decent content out of it. Maybe I'll have to pay him royalties or something if I ever get this channel monetized. Which, by the way, if you feel like subscribing or sharing the videos or this video or any videos, I'd love to get this channel monetized. I do try and do weekly videos depending on how busy the other parts of my life are, but I generally don't want to go more than 12 to 14 days. And once I do get this monetized, I want to do weekly videos, and then I do weekly TikToks and Facebooks that are kind of just clips of the videos that I do here. So just trying what I can to get things monetized and flowing really well. He's doing really well. He's probably falling asleep. Maybe I'll do some hand brushes. Sometimes I like when you can draw out little lines in the fur. The only problem with this sometimes is doing this can kind of, I don't know if he's ticklish or whatever, but it can sort of start to wake him up a little bit. So it's kind of pleasing and ASMR-ish to look at. But if it starts waking him up and he starts getting all riled around, then it's not so useful. Hopefully we are still in frame. I have just kind of placed my phone camera up there and then just started recording so I can make sure and get a video out without waiting too long between each video. So this one could be a short video. It kind of all depends on how he is. Every time I brush him with my hands, I gotta come back and kind of collect all the hairs that have kind of gathered on his back, because right now when we're recording this, it's summertime. My house is pretty hot, so I think it's pretty shady. Well, it's hot now because we have the cooler off just to film this, which is why I won't make this a super long video. I feel like he is somewhat of a winter cat. So I was saying in my last video he had dental work done. I don't really let him go outside much anymore. And he used to be an indoor-outdoor cat. I would let him out in the day, bring him at night, but in the winters, he just loved going outside. He loved to just sit outside in the cold, basically. He would like play around in the snow or sit on the porch, which is just made of cement and gets very cold in the winters. So he loves to do that, but at the same time, I have another cat tower that's right next to a window that gets a lot of evening light, and that window can get really warm because it's a little set, so around, midday or 1 in the afternoon in the summers, it just starts getting full sunlight up until the sun sets, and he will sit right in that window, right up against the window, and I swear it's gonna be like 80 or 90 degrees in there. He just lays there. He usually has 1 foot hanging off the edge of the tower. His tail's hanging off the edge, just sleeping and laying there. So, part of me thinks he loves the heat, part of me thinks he loves the cold. Which I have no idea where it's going with that story. When I edit this video, I'll have to watch that back and go, oh, that's where I was going, but totally lost my train of thought right now. So, everything's doing well. I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank everybody who subscribed. Thank you for any of the comments. There's a lot of really nice comments. Some people have commented that my voice is really good or soothing or relaxing, which is so interesting to hear because I have not really thought much of the sound or tone of my voice. A lot of time it feels like it's kind of lazy sounding, so it's very interesting to hear when something that's seemingly mediocre to your own self is kind of a real joy to somebody else. It's kind of a cool feeling, and I think it's kind of cool that YouTube is a place that people can find that out about themselves and other people. So yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching, and I hope y'all have a lovely rest of your day.